In this video, we are going to see how to produce creative newsletters with Writesonic. So let's say that you are using a spreadsheet. Here we have taken the example of Airtable. So every time a record is added, as in the title of the newsletter is added here, then automatically with the help of Writesonic, which is an AI developer, you would be able to generate the newsletter, the content, and then again the same content would be updated in the same spreadsheet as a new record. Now to do this, you will have to integrate the three applications, and the same thing can be done using Pabbly Connect software. So here your trigger application will be Airtable, then your action application will be Writesonic, and again Airtable. Now how can you do this yourself, integrate and automate this entire process? To understand that, let me take you to my screen. To begin with the process, we are first going to type the URL pabbly.com/connect, and as we do that, here we have reached the landing page of this software. On the right hand side, we have two options: sign in and sign up for free. So if you are an existing user, simply click on sign in. If you are a new user, click on this tab sign up. It won't take more than 2 minutes, and also at the time of account creation, you will get 100 free tasks. So now I'm going to click on sign in. And as I do that, here we have reached all applications page. Let's click on access now for Pabbly Connect. So as we do that, here we have reached the dashboard of this application. On the right hand side, you can see a blue tab, create workflow. Let's click on this. Now it is asking me to name this workflow. You can give any random name. What is my objective here? My objective is that I have got a spreadsheet. Here we have taken the example of Airtable. So every time a title is added to that Airtable sheet, automatically a newsletter must be created and it should be appended in the same spreadsheet. So I'm going to name it as Produce Creative Newsletters with Writesonic. Writesonic is an AI developer. So now I'm going to click on Create. And as I do that, here we have reached another window which has got two extremely important events. One is trigger, another one is action. Triggers and actions are basically those two principles or concepts on which this entire automation works. Trigger is when this happens, action says do this. Basically, action here is the response of your trigger application. Now, as per this integration, my trigger application here will be Airtable. Let's click on this. Now the trigger event. So the trigger event here will be new record. So this workflow is going to trigger when a new record is available. Now here you can see it is written that this trigger will check for new data in every 10 minutes, which basically means that this trigger application has a polling time of 10 minutes. So the workflow is going to run after every 10 minutes to fetch for new data. Now I'm going to click on connect. Here Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Airtable account. So we are going to select add new connection, and here we need a token. How do we get this token? First we have to log into our Airtable account, and then here we have to get our personal access token from the developers hub. So as I click on this hyperlink given, so you can see here we have reached another window. Now on the right hand side, you can see create new token. Let's click on this. Now we have to provide a name. So I'm going to provide new token 123. This is the name that I have provided. Now here we have to select the scopes. It is very well written here that click on add a scope button and choose these scopes: data records read, data records write, data record comments read, data records comment write, schema basis read, and schema basis write, webhook manage. So going back here, let's add a scope. Now we are going to select all the 6 scopes here quickly. Okay. And then we have schema basis read, schema basis write, and here advanced developer features, we have to select webhook manage. Once selected, then we have to provide the access. For this, I'm going to select all current and future bases and all current and future workspaces. So once this is selected, let's click on create token, and this here is your token. Let's copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect and paste this over here. Once done, let's click on save to set up this connection. Okay, so here you can see that the connection has been set, which means that Airtable is now connected with Pabbly Connect. Now here we have to select the base and the table and the trigger field. So I'm going to take you back to Airtable. So this here is my Airtable dashboard. I've got different interfaces here, and within these interfaces we have got different workspaces. I have selected Pabbly Connect, and within this I already have created a base which is kind of a table, and this is Writesonic newsletters. Let me show you the same. So here the name of this base is Writesonic Newsletters. The name of the table is table 1. You can have multiple tables in one base. Now here I have the following column fields. One is title, then the newsletter content, and here you can see created time. So basically it is the trigger field. This is the trigger field. So you have the created. So I can always name it as, let me edit it. So I'm going to name it as created. Okay, let's click on save. Now why is this important? Because it is very well written here that you have to create a field in your table schema with field name created and field type created time. How do you do that? So let me show you how I have created it. So as you click on this plus icon, so here you look for created time. So as you go down, here is the created time. This is the type and this is the name. So this is how you have to create it. And then as you click on create field, so it will be created. Now it's not taking the same name. Why? Because I have already created this. So I'm just going to cancel this. This is how you have to create. So going back to Pabbly Connect, here I have to select the base. So this is Writesonic. So here is the name of the base. Now since there was only one table, so it has already been taken by the system. The trigger field is created, and now I'm going to click on save and send test request. So as I do that, here you can see that I haven't received any response. Why? Because this is blank. So now I'm going to add a title here. So let's say the title here is 5 habits that can transform your personality. Okay, so this is my title. With this I want to create a newsletter. Now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect, and as I click on save and send test request, here you can see that I have received the ID, the fields title, fields created and created time. Once I have received this, so I'm going to add my action application, and here I'm going to choose Writesonic, as I have to now generate content for the newsletter. So for this I'm going to use ChatSonic like ChatGPT. Let's click on connect. Here again Pabbly Connect is asking to connect itself with the Writesonic account. I'm going to click on add new connection. Now we need this API key to set up this connection. How do we get this? First you have to log into your Writesonic account. I have already done that, and once logged in, so let me take you there. So this is my Writesonic account. I have already logged in. On the top corner right hand side you can see the profile. Let's click on this, and we have to go to API dashboard. So here we have Writesonic, ChatSonic and Photosonic API. What we have to do is we have to toggle this towards the right so that it can become active. And once activated, you can see this is your API key. Let's reveal the same. Now I'm going to copy this, go back to Pabbly Connect and paste this over here. Let's click on save to set up this connection. So once this is done, here we have to input the text in this format. We have to write a question, like write a program for this numbers in JavaScript. So here what I'm going to write a newsletter on the title. Okay, now what is my title? I'm going to map this. How am I going to map this? I'll go to the previous step which has been shown here, and this here is my title. So this process with which I have added the information here is known as mapping. This is important so that every time the workflow runs, it can take the new data into consideration. Had I written this manually, so only the manually written data would have been taken even if my workflow was running for the nth time. So once this is done, now do you want to enable Google's results? You have got options, yes or no. I'm going to go ahead with no. Let's click on save and send test request. And as we do that, here we have received the message. And this here you can see this is my newsletter, and here are the 5 habits. Wonderful. So once I have received this, what I want is I want to update my table, and here I want to update this value. So I'm going to choose the same application which is Airtable. Let's click on this. And now what would be the action event? The action event here would be to update the record. Let's click on connect. So here I'm going to go ahead with the existing connection. And as I take you down, first of all the base. The base here was Writesonic newsletters. Then here we can see that the table will already be taken by the system. Yes, it has been taken. and here you can see that the record ID has already been selected, and then I here have to add the title. So for this title I'm going to go to step 1, and for the newsletter content I'm going to go to step 2, and this here is the content. Now do you want to enable typecasting? I have said no. You can always say yes as well. Now I'm going to click on save and send test request. So as I do that, here it is saying that the table has been updated. Let's go and check the same. And yes, here you can see that my table has been updated. So this here is the entire newsletter. This basically means that our integration process is a success, but we also need to check the same in real time. So here I'm going to give another title. So let's say this time the title is Ways to Meditate Without Disturbance. Okay, so as soon as I write this and I press on enter, what should happen? First, automatically with the help of Writesonic, this content should be created and then it should be updated in the same spreadsheet. But here you can see that we have a polling time of 10 minutes. So we are supposed to wait for the next 10 minutes so that the data can be recorded there. So let's wait for 10 minutes and then we are going to go and check our table once again. So now it has been 10 minutes and I'm going to take you back to the table, and here you can see that the newsletter is a part of my Airtable spreadsheet now. This basically means that our integration is a complete success. So now I'm going to take you back to Pabbly Connect to understand what we have done. So here our trigger application was Airtable, the event was new record. Then our action application was Writesonic, where the event was ChatSonic, and our final action application was Airtable, where we had to update the record. I hope that you are absolutely clear with this. If in case you have any doubt, you can refer to the workflow which is given in the video description. You can also clone the same and start to process immediately. Apart from this, if you have any specific integration to work on, you can always write to us. Not only this, but you can integrate multiple applications using Pabbly Connect software. To ask any of your query, you have to write at forum.pabbly.com. You can also visit our website, which is www.pabbly.com/connect. To get all the details about the latest updates, the integrations and applications, you can visit our Facebook group. If in case you have found this video helpful, then do not forget to share this with your friends and colleagues so that they can also get into automation and make their life easy. I'm going to see you very soon with different integrations and automations. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Take care of yourself.